Hello and welcome everyone, I am duckyobrien and today I'll be covering a pretty weird game, Airplane Mode. Airplane Mode was developed by Bacronym, it was published by AMC, and it was released onto the PC on October 15, 2020 with the MSRP of $11.99. Now by AMC, I don't know if they mean the theater chain, but if it is, it's kind of cool. I don't know why they published this game though. We'll get into it. Airplane Mode. You guys might have seen it, you guys might have heard about it. It is a airplane ride simulator. Yes, you heard me correctly. You are going to take a 2-hour flight or a 5-hour flight. This is closer to 6 hours. And you get to do things that you do on a plane. Now I'm not gonna do the whole thing. I'm just gonna show you guys little bits and pieces.
Hello, passengers. We now invite our Platinum Pioneers to board. Platinum Pioneers may board at this time. Thank you.
Here we go. Oh man. The interface honestly feels like a mobile game. Okay. So here we are. We're in an... Oh, it's this dude. Sometimes there's a random passenger. There's the flight attendant with her lifeless eyes and her neck that can rotate 180 degrees. Oh god. Rebel!
Fasten your seatbelt, please.
I'm like, no. I'm gonna do everything they told me not to do in the plane. I'm gonna put the tray down, I'm gonna lean back. I actually waited to see if they would kick me off the flight, and they didn't. I was honestly slightly disappointed. Okay, so here you have the windows that you can pull down. And then here you have the lights. You can turn all three of them on and annoy the person next to you. You can also turn on the air conditioning vents. Once again, annoy everyone next to you. I believe this is supposed to be the call button. Let's put this back up. You have a TV here, and you can see your flight. You can... Oh, let me go back. You have some games that you can play. You got movies. These are actual movies, I believe. You can watch this. The Wabbit Who Came to Supper.
Hello, passengers. At this time, the forward entry door is closed. All large electronic devices should now be shut off.
I'm wearing headphones.
And all small portable electronic devices must be set to airplane mode. Make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright and locked position, and that your seat belt is correctly fastened. Should you have any difficulty with this, please ring your call button and a flight attendant will guide you.
I'm turning
through the
everything on.
process.
I'm like, screw you can tell me what to do.
If you've not yet done so, please stow your carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead bin, taking care not to force any item into a space that is too small for
I'm waiting
it.
for them to finish,
Then
but...
please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
I'm obviously kidding. Don't
If you are
put your
seated
phone
in an
on.
emergency exit row, carefully read the safety information card located in your seat back pocket. If you do not wish, are unable, or are unwilling to perform the functions described in the event of an emergency, a flight attendant will reseat you. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is prohibited on the entire aircraft, including the lavatories. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the lavatory smoke detectors is prohibited by law. Please note that e-cigarettes are not a loophole to this regulation.
Look at this.
Should you have any other questions about today's flight, please feel free to ask a flight attendant. Thank you.
In case of vapes, please do push-ups. But yeah, if you turn on your phone, the reason why they ask you to turn it off is that it might interfere with the communications in the cockpit area where the pilots are. And if that happens, the plane can crash because if they don't hear instructions correctly.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the seatback monitors ahead of you for a video demonstrating the safety features of this aircraft. We recognize some of you may be frequent travelers, but this information is important and we ask for your undivided attention at this time.
No. There, we're going now. I still don't have my seatbelt in, but you can plug it in if you want. It actually doesn't do anything as far as I can tell.
Hello and welcome aboard. We'd like to thank you for flying Pan Atlantica.
We know you have many other choices, from regional carriers to national and international airlines. But you chose us, and that means a lot. Thank you so much.
Now, before we take off, please pay attention to the following safety video.
If you haven't done so already, please fasten your seatbelt. In order to accomplish this, simply follow these simple steps. First,
This is
grab
kind of
the
realistic.
flat metal end of the seatbelt
You know,
in your right
gotta hand it to
hand.
them.
You can easily identify this part of the seatbelt by the square hole on one end. Next, with your left hand, pick up the buckle, and then slowly and steadily move the metal end towards the buckle, keeping both ends perfectly aligned. Carefully insert the metal end into the buckle until you hear it click.
To tighten the strap, find the end of the strap and pull. Careful not to pull too tight, or you'll have to loosen it once more.
To release your seatbelt in the event you need to leave your seat, find the top of the buckle. Once you've found the top of the buckle, lift it up and it will release.
Now it's time to get underway to your exciting destination, whether it's sipping wine in Paris or whale watching in Nova Scotia.
Please make sure your seat is all the way up, all electronic devices are shut off and put away, and your tray table is stowed.
Carry-on luggage should be placed all the way under the seat in front of you or in the overhead bin. Please switch your handheld devices to airplane mode now. Please be aware that failure to do so could lead to a potentially catastrophic navigation disaster.
Oh, I want that to happen in the game. I want to see it.
U.S. law strictly prohibits smoking on the airplane at any time. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors in the lavatory may result in a fine.
It's now time to take out and review the safety card, located in the seat back pocket in front of you.
Note the fine craftsmanship, colorful, clear illustrations, and sturdy laminations. Our safety cards are built to last. Use the safety card to find the plane's exits marked by the large
Oh, wait, there's a
arrows
backside?
and the word exit. There
How
are
do I get
exits
there?
in the front and rear of the plane.
I want
In
to
the
flip
event
this.
of an evacuation from the cabin, follow the emergency lights to an exit. We ask that you leave all carry-on items behind.
If you feel you must grab something to bring along as you evacuate, we suggest you take a copy of Pan Atlantica's award-winning in-flight magazine, Stratosphere.
It's filled with gorgeous pictures of hotels, sponsored reviews for high-end restaurants, as well as maps of every major airport, and fun games to play, like sudoku.
Should the airplane cabin lose pressure, do not panic. Oxygen masks will drop automatically. When they do, again, do not panic. The yellow cup fits over your nose and mouth, and the elastic band fits around the back of your head. Normal breathing will start the flow of oxygen. Remember, put your own mask on first before helping others. We promise it's the right thing to do.
Desert.
Life vests can be found next to, over, or underneath your seat, or in some cases, behind your seat. It depends on the model of the plane you're flying.
Dude, this is too hard.
Once you
This is
are
too hard
safely
for me.
outside the airplane, pull on the tab to inflate your vest,
Sudoku, yes.
or inflate manually using the red tube. There is no need to do both.
Please note that your seat cushion can also be used as a flotation device. How clever! Your cabin crew will now be coming around to do a final cabin check. Everyone here at Pan Atlantica is proud to be part of making your flight today a wonderful experience.
If there's anything at all our cabin crew can do to make your flight more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask using the call button.
We hope you have an enjoyable,
Entertaining,
relaxing,
or productive flight.
We here at Pan Atlantica salute you. Because flying people places is what we do.
2. Sorry, I really like I really like Sudoku.
Captain speaking. On behalf of myself and the flight crew, it's our distinct pleasure to welcome you on board Flight 709 with non-stop service to New York. Flight time today should be around 2 hours 42 minutes. We'll be flying at around 36,000 feet off the ground, and we'll be traveling at about 370 miles per hour. I'll be back in touch if we've got any other updates for you en route. For now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
I don't think you guys understand how much I like Sudoku. I could spend hours playing Sudoku. Now this puzzle is pretty, I will say it's moderate difficulty. It's definitely not easy. Gave me a little bit of a challenge. Okay, you know, I gotta put this down. I'm gonna be playing Sudoku for the entire video. Alright.
Folks, we're 30 miles for departure right now. Should have you off the ground in a couple of minutes.
Alright, so there's a couple things. You got sleeping pills. You can eat this and you will knock out. A couple things you can do is you can charge your phone. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put on our headphones. And then we're gonna go turn on Bluetooth. And this is a little bit awkward, the controls. Okay. Can listen to the music. I don't really like any of the music here, to be honest. You can listen to podcasts.
Hey everyone, before I begin this week's episode,
like Annie, decided that they wanted to push further and beyond the bounds of Luna City. And I totally get that thirst for exploration or adventure or whatever you want to call it, but they left people behind.
There's ASMR. I think these are kind of mediocre, to be honest. And then you can take pictures with the camera, encroach on people's privacy. And then you can go to photos. There's a lot of cat photos here, by the way. And let's see. You can totally draw on these if you want. And then save it if you want.
Fasten your seatbelt, please.
You can see how it's said in other languages. Bitte schnallen Sie sich an.
Fasten your seatbelt, please.
Guten Tag, Werte. My German is very bad. Ich spreche keine Deutsch. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it for the phone. And then if you turn off the Bluetooth, you can connect to this device here. Let's do that real quick. Okay. The rabbit who came to supper. This is an actual 8-minute episode. Now you can go do other things. So I think these are kind of like public domain movies now. You can chat with AI. Let me just see if I can get this going. Okay. I don't want to listen to this. Alright. Alright, we're gonna invite 22B. 22. You cannot use your keyboard, by the way. You have to click on each individual letter. Incredible. 22B. Invite. was it 22A that... Oh, okay, let's try 22A. 22A. Oh, did it not send? Oh, 22B. Did I do 22A? 22A is me. That'd be dumb, obviously. 22B. Invite rejected. Please accept someone. I have no friends. Oh, there we go. Okay, now this is completely a bot. You can totally tell. Hello. Hi there. You can see that it's searching up queries sometimes when you ask a question and it like bugs out. So it'll say insert query here. Query. Also N defaults to 750 for some reason. So the AI is kind of smart, but also dumb at the same time. You can clearly tell it's a robot. I'd rather talk about you. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Heading it off quite well, Mr. Robot, Mrs. Robot, whoever you are. Okay. Put that down there so you can spend the entire time talking to an AI if you want. It does get a little boring because it's not too intelligent. It's not aware of what the context of the conversation is. Basically, it'll ask you random questions that are unrelated to the thread of conversation you're having right now, and sometimes it just repeats stuff back at you. So it's like, talking about food, you may answer something, it'll say, i.e. electricity, right? Because it's a robot. An AI. It's giving you a hint that it's an AI. And I'm like, oh, what flavor electricity? Because, you know, I just want to have a conversation. And they're like, I don't know what you mean by that. So it's, it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. The longer you go, you have an actual book you can read. Against the Grain. See? Go to read a random excerpt. Whatever you attempted proved vain, an unconquerable ennui. Ennui? I don't know how to pronounce that word. We'll underline it. Even though this is a library book. Oppressed him, yet he persisted in his excesses and returned to the perilous embraces of accomplished mistresses. But his health failed, his nervous system collapsed, the back of his neck grew sensitive, his hand, still firm when it seized a heavy object, trembled when he heard a tiny gasp. The physicians whom he consulted frightened him. It was a high time to check his expresses and renounce those pursuits which were dissipating his reserve of strength. For a while he was at peace, but his brain soon became overexcited. Like those young girls who, in the grip of puberty, crave coarse and vile foods, he dreamed of and practiced perverse loves and pleasures. This was the end, as though satisfied with having exhausted everything, as though completely surrendering to fatigue. His senses fell into a lethargy and impotence threatened him. Okay. Now you have like a moleskin. You can kind of dry here.
Cabin crew prepare for takeoff.
Well, we haven't even taken off yet. Hilarious. And then you can barf in the bag. I'm still waiting. This is hilarious. Okay, I guess it's not meant to be. Anyways, when you throw up, it makes the black sound, and then, oh, it's happening now. There's a bug where it just kind of floats in the air, so I just put it here to block people from my side of vision. I don't have to see them. Okay. You can close the back. And that's pretty much it. So there's this puzzle here. I never played this. Kakuro. Is this the same as Sudoku? How does this work? I'm gonna play this later. But yeah, I love Sudoku. This is a pretty good puzzle. You guys should try it out if you ever get the game. But you can read this magazine if you want. It's a pretty realistic simulation of flying in a plane. It's actually like, I think it's 2 hours long. I think it actually takes 2 hours. But yeah. And the funny thing is that the achievements for this game, there are 31 of them, and all of them are hidden. They're all secret achievements. It's incredible. That's pretty much the entire game. I think I showed off everything you can do. There might be some secret things that I'm missing. When they come by with a drink, you can order what you want from the menu. They give you a drink and some pretzels. You open it, you drink it, and then when they come by with the trash, you give it to them. And you can also throw your puke bag out at that time. Oh, where's my puke bag? Oh, why is it bugged out? It was supposed to be here. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Obviously, I'm not gonna play the entire game because it's gonna be 2 hours long, or 6 hours depending on what you pick. But hopefully this gives you guys an idea, and then it lands, and that's pretty much the end. So, yeah, that's the game. That's the game. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, but people have been saying that this is a perfect companion to Microsoft Flight Simulator, where you're piloting, and in between when you're flying, you can use this game to kind of simulate being inside the airplane. And that'll be a pretty good combo. I had some ideas where if you could watch YouTube videos here, that'll be pretty cool. If you could have different Sudoku puzzles. I think there might be a few different ones. I'm not entirely sure. That'll be great too. Overall, it's just, I guess if you're feeling like you're missing the experience of flying due to COVID, you can check this game out. Alright, that's gonna be it. In terms of gameplay mechanics, it's quite limited, alright? So, I think it's more like an experience rather than a game. I'm gonna end it there. Hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. Hopefully give you guys an idea of what the game is like. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much for dropping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, things you'd like to see or for me to cover, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And as always, hope you guys are staying safe and sane out there. And catch you guys next time. See what the robot has to say. What's your favorite movie? Oh, that's a hard one. I don't really have a favorite, but let's go with Fifth Element. You know what? I can't use ends because it'll say 750, so let's just say Star Wars. By Star Wars, I mean the original trilogy, of course, the superior. Let's see if it says anything. It's robots. Giving you subtle hints it's a robot. On that note, catch you guys next time.